All right, everybody, we are just about to begin. What is going on? I'm going to go ahead and just turn this music down a bit. AubreyAngst is here with us. How are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. So guys, we are ready to, hold on, let me get here. There we go. There's everyone. Hello. Yes, please make sure you go check out AubreyAngst. You are about to find about a million reasons why you're going to want to go check her out. I looked through her channel today, and I noticed she has a top 10 video games list on there, including like Don't Starve Together, Just Dance, They Are Billions, Alice, which if you've seen her channel before, you know, I think you sort of the art style and a lot of the terminology and stuff is taken a lot from the Alice in Wonderland sort of thing, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's kind of like my.
Whoops.
Oh.
Sorry, I had something in front of you.
Oh, no worries. Probably makes it better.
Nonsense.
Yeah, Alice is kind of my theme, but it's more Aubrey and Angstville than Alice in Wonderland.
Absolutely. So. Perfect. Oh, I love it. I love it. Chat, the way this is going to work is there's not going to be a whole lot of chat interaction from me and from Aubrey. We're going to sort of just be talking together, and you guys can listen and make comments or whatever. We will be opening it up to you guys at several points during the stream. So make sure as you're watching, you come up with some questions. If you have a question pop into your head, make sure you hold on to it until we let you know. We're going to be taking some questions from the from the chat, and you can ask them, and we will ask Aubrey, and she will give us give us her best answer. So Aubrey, do you want to go ahead and just jump right into the questions?
Yeah, sure. Well, first off, though, I wish I'd known you were going with the green screen background. I totally would have too, but I was like,
I thought about not doing it, but I've got a lot of activity going on behind me, so I normally wouldn't just leave it up like that. I actually thought about like putting myself into like a Bob Ross painting with the green screen, but I was like,
that would have been so cool. I've been so tempted anytime I stream with the green screen to like actually put something behind me that's not actually there.
Absolutely.
Like, have you seen people do that and like have it work out really well? Like,
I have seen it done. I have not seen it work out too many times. I will say, but I have definitely seen that.
It'll be like, oh yeah, we can tell. Just
it's fine. But the people I've seen normally have like a really low res image behind them, and so you see like it's just kind of like I don't know about that. But yeah, welcome everyone again, and we're gonna get into the questions. The first section we have 3 sections. The first section is gaming background. So just like these are a lot of like the hard questions, like this first one. What is your favorite game?
Yeah, and that one, like I really struggled with that one, and I was like, dang it, it's just the very first question, and like how do you say what your favorite game is? My dog's drinking water. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I love hearing dogs drinking water. I love everything about dogs, actually, but
yeah. So currently, right now, favorite game probably has to be 7 Days to Die.
Nice. Yeah, you have been playing that a lot.
Yeah. But I go through phases. So I'll have a favorite game for a while, and then like all of a sudden I'll burn myself out. I'll play it too much. Hasn't happened yet with 7 Days, but I have been kind of like immersing like other games within. So right now, favorite game, 7 Days to Die.
Perfect.
I have so many that I like.
Oh, absolutely. So. I think it's really hard to narrow it down, but I like this question a lot because you either make the decision of what you're playing right now, or you try and like think back. And so the next one is going to be much easier in a way. What's your least favorite game?
You know, I feel like most games have like their merits. And so it depends on my mood which one is going to be my least favorite at the time.
Right.
The only game that I ever actually bought and then returned was actually Final Fantasy X2.
Oh God.
So if I have to choose a least favorite, just based on the fact that like I rarely ever return a game. Like that's the only time I've ever returned a game.
Oh wow. The only time that in your entire gaming history that you've ever been like, nope, this is not for me.
Right. I played it for like 20 minutes and then I was just like, no, I can't. Which is funny though, because I have it now. And honestly, I might play it now. And so it's kind of like during that time period, it just wasn't the game for me.
Right. Well, cool. All right, Final Fantasy X2. I have to say I played Final Fantasy X a lot, and I also played X2 for about 3 hours was all I could take, and then
you got more
completely
than I did.
stopped.
But see, mine was also coming right off of X. So Final Fantasy X I thought was an amazing game.
Absolutely.
And I felt like I was going to be getting into more of that, and so I think the letdown was the biggest factor. Hey Spartacus, you're not thirsty anymore. Oh my God,
gotta stay hydrated. Gotta keep the pup hydrated.
I think he's cleaning the other dog's ears.
Oh.
He does this thing where he'll get a ton of water and then he'll go clean one of the ears of my other dog, and then he'll come back and get more water and then go clean the other one. I know this is totally off topic, but
hey, that's perfect. I've seen dogs do that before, where they clean like the other dog's ears or something. But the going to get water and then doing one ear and then getting water and doing that's so systematic. It's hilarious.
In 15 minutes, he's gonna have to go to the bathroom really bad.
Well, if you need a break, no problem. Don't worry about it. Just let me know.
You'll probably be okay. So I'll let you know.
Perfect. All right. So moving on, the next question. It's another favorite. What is your favorite genre of games? Like, just strictly speaking about like genres, like at the minimum.
Probably like I would say simulation games is like at the bare minimum. Like I stick more with like the survival crafting. But they're all at their essence like simulation. Like you're simulating. Like I used to play The Sims so much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So I've put so many hours into games like that. Yeah. So
perfect.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the games that I've been playing lately, aside from Just Dance. That's
if you guys don't know, and if you guys don't know in chat, Aubrey does this awesome Just Dance streams where you can come on, you can song request, you can she'll dance to them. She's got the whole setup. It's a really, really fun time. I honestly, a genre of game I never thought that I would enjoy watching on Twitch until I joined the Guild Heroes and Aubrey joined, and like I started watching her and I was like, oh, this is a ton of fun.
Yeah, so I actually started watching streams of Just Dance before I ever even like got the game. Like I didn't even know about the game until I saw it on Twitch. And I'm definitely not the best Just Dancer out there, streamer of it. Let me just put that out there. But it's a lot of fun.
Excellent. Okay, so the next two questions are going to be sort of about like particular moments in your history. This one is phrased, I don't think I phrased it very well. It's what is your most memorable moment in gaming? I would like to sort of rephrase that to say just like what is a memorable moment? Because like the most memorable might not be readily available, but what is one moment you can remember that just really like not like changed your life, I don't want to say, but like sort of helped I don't know, it just like really stood out to you in your past?
This one was really hard for me too. And I think it's because I've played a ton of games, and a lot of times the memorable moments happen more not because of the game, but because of like I was streaming on Twitch and like the community that was there really made it memorable.
Perfect.
The one that comes to mind, and I don't know if Swiftmo is here. he might be lurking in my channel, and I might make him rage. But we used to do these build offs in Don't Starve Together. So Swiftmo and I, like every other Sunday, we would like stream at the same time, and we'd have to like beat each other to like do a certain set of missions or whatnot, like whatever our list was for that day, and we take turns coming up with it.
Right.
So after Shipwrecked came out for just the regular Don't Starve, we decided it would be a great idea to see who could unlock the character the first. What was it? Woodlegs. And you had to go through like a whole like series of things, and if you didn't get it by the first season, like it was just even harder. And so my most memorable moment was when I unlocked the character, and then unfortunately he rage quit after a bit of time because his world was just going downhill.
Oh no!
He didn't unlock the character, and I felt really bad afterwards because he didn't play Don't Starve for quite some time after that.
Oh wow!
But just like the community being there and like rooting me on, and like actually being able to like meet this objective really quickly, and like I was shocked that I was able to do it in the amount of time I did. So
perfect. So you sort of like surprised yourself with your skill at the game and being able to do that so quickly and efficiently. Yeah. That's cool. That's a good moment. So the next moment, if you play 7 Days to Die, I'm assuming there have been quite a few of these. What was the scariest moment in gaming for you?
It's actually not from 7 Days to Die.
Okay.
7 Days to Die it jump scares me a lot. I definitely I get jump scared. I screech or scream or what have you. Naturally. But have you heard of that game Five Nights at Freddy's?
I have. Yes. I've heard a lot about that.
So I used to watch people play that game, Drumpunk in particular, and he made it look so easy. And it wasn't like as scary as like I thought it would be. And so like I got the bright idea that I was gonna play it and stream it. I think I streamed it for like 30 minutes, and then I was like, I can't. I was so scared, like shaking. I couldn't calm down. I was just like, I can't. No, I can't. So,
wow.
Like that, and I've never gone back.
Oh wow! So which game was it? The original Five Nights at Freddy's? Because I know there's tons of games. There's like 6 or 7 now.
I have like 4 of them, I want to say, because I think I bought them as like a package, and I won't touch them. I won't. You
just those go in like the never gonna play folder on Steam. Just throw them in there, forget about them.
But I didn't return them, so they weren't my least favorite.
They were, yeah. They at least they weren't your the no folder. Well, that's really funny. I've never played those because I don't like scary video games normally until recently. But yeah, those I've watched videos and stuff, and they seem definitely creepy. Yeah. So yeah, that's just the franchise that you will not return to, no matter what.
They're creepy-ish to watch, but like it's times 100-fold when you try to actually play yourself. Like, yeah.
Well, okay, awesome. Okay, now is the time we would normally open it up to chat. But do you have anything that we didn't cover in the like 5 or 6 questions in gaming background that you would like to chat about or what have you?
No, I think a lot of more in-depth stuff is coming later.
Perfect.
So I don't really want to like touch on things that we can talk about in a bit.
All right, no problem. So. Well then, chat. We are going to open it up to you guys. Do you have any questions for Miss AubreyAngst? Oops.
The first game I ever played.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember because I had old systems, so I'm sure like the first game I played was probably like Mario, something like Super Mario. The first games that I remembered, like actually playing to beat to like win, aside from like Street Fighter, which you don't really, I guess, win. Well, you do, but
most of the times I don't.
Oh, not one for the combat games, or what is it?
Fighting games is I used to play a lot, and then I got so angry that people told me I had to stop playing. So
okay. So Joe and Mac was one of the very first ones where like I really enjoyed playing it, and like the mechanics, I'd like tried to learn everything I could and like get through it. I don't know, are you familiar with that game at all?
Never heard of it before in my life.
So it's a Super Nintendo, I want to say.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what, like Home Alone was also another one I remember playing, but not as like vividly. So I want to say Joe and Mac was the first one.
Okay, cool. So that was for the first game that you can really like remember getting into and playing.
Right. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, and it was on the Super Nintendo. I never had one of them. Well, thank you for that question, Rooster Goblin. Lego rules. What is the funniest game you have played?
This is a little upsetting, but the game that I laughed the most while playing was Mount Your Friends.
I'm sorry, what? was that Mount Your Friends?
Yes, the game is called Mount Your Friends. Yeah.
Oh well, okay. I can sort of. Is it sort of like a gang beast situation where you're just sort of like?
Yes. Okay. So it's very similar to that. So you have like a dude, and you can only control him with like a couple buttons. So there's like arms and feet, and you have to like get up on top. And look it up on Steam later.
Okay, I will definitely look that one up. That sounds very good.
Not that the game itself was funny, but like ridiculous.
It brings about a lot of a good funny environment with your friends. Perfect. Rummington asks, who got you into gaming, if anyone?
Well, my dad was definitely a gamer, so I probably have to say he got me into gaming because he's the one who had the systems and everything. And so like when I was really young, I remember him playing them, and so that probably got me into video games and liking them. So.
Lit the spark for the love of interactive media entertainment.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And that exposure that like I guess some people don't get at a young age. So
yeah, definitely. Well, cool. Thank you for the questions, everyone. We got looks like a couple of more now. Moiku asks, what game do you think is kind of average or bad that everyone seems to love? Oh no.
League of Legends.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say like a game that I really like or something.
Oh no.
Okay, so League of Legends. What do you? Is it just the MOBA aspect of it, or?
Honestly, I don't think it's bad, but I do think it's just average. And I feel like a lot of the hype they did it well, that it was free to play and that you can like pay to skin your people and stuff. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
So like they were smart. It's very well done as far as like to get people interested in it. Like if that game was $60, nobody would play it.
Perfect.
So
yeah, all right.
Not that I hate the game. It's just there's a ton of people who watch it and love it, and I don't know.
I know. I definitely see where you're coming from. League of Legends is just one of those. I don't know. It just yeah, exactly. True words never spoken. All right, thank you, Moiku, for that question. Passive Shift asks, are there any games which you never thought you would like but ended up loving?
Actually, 7 Days to Die.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So I saw 7 Days to Die years ago. I didn't actually pick it up until Alpha 16, I want to say. So when I first saw it, I'm not a shooter person. I'm not a big fan of shooters. I am not a big fan of super scary games, like games that like jump scare you, as if you can tell from Five Nights at Freddy's. Maybe I was just coming off of that. I don't know. But I didn't think I was gonna like it, and so I never got it. I didn't want to play it, and then I started playing it, and I favorite game now. So
perfect. That's really nice. The games that you think you wouldn't really care for based on your gaming history, but then you just start playing them and you're like, wow, this is actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, but I think with 7 Days, it's because it had all that other like stuff in it where you're surviving and you're crafting and you're leveling up and you can actually beat them over the head with a club. You don't have to shoot them. So. Exactly.
Well, that's always more fun, right?
Yeah.
The bludgeoning. Exactly. And I think the last question we have is from Mr. Tyler Scott. He says, Aubrey, any new games that you want/plan to play in the future?
There are so many games out right now that I would love to play. The one that's coming to mind, though, is I actually really wanted to try The Raft. Yeah, I was I was listening to you play it the other day, and it's one of those survival crafting, but you're out on this ocean world, your water or whatever, and so it just kind of it sparks something in me where I'm like, oh, let's see if I could survive.
Yeah, definitely.
I probably couldn't. That's the one that comes to mind.
It's super easy to survive in that game. Super easy. Okay. Crazy easy. All right. That great questions, everyone. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, I would suggest, I would recommend The Raft, definitely. Okay. Since you do like the crafting and that's the only thing in the game is the crafting and the floating on the ocean. Rooster seems to have another one. Go ahead and post it quickly. Oh, Joker Girl. What is, in your opinion, the cutest game you've ever played?
Cutest. I don't really play a lot of cute games. That's a really tough one, actually. I guess just dance, because there's some dances where there's some really adorable minion thingies in it. I'm thinking of what is the name of that song? Oh, I'm drawing a blank now. But there's there's one dance where they're talking about eating sweets and stuff, and there's she's got a little minion. It's adorable. I don't know.
Well, perfect. All right, thank you, Joker Girl. And this is the last question we're going to take from Rooster Goblin. If you got to choose, and I really like this question. If you got to choose any video game world to live, which would you choose?
Well, The Sims.
Oh well, hey, I mean,
I feel like that's the easy way out. But it's also true because I wouldn't want to be somewhere where there's zombies and you're fighting for your life all the time.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean it would have to be The Sims. Probably The Sims 3 though, not The Sims 4. I really like the open world features of The Sims 3 better, so I'm gonna go with Sims 3. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, okay. Yeah, that's getting into The Sims. That would be, but what would you do about the language barrier? Can you speak the Sims language? Oh God, you can. How dare you?
Although, what was it? What's the singer who actually she made a song and she sung it in Simlish for them? Was it
I have no idea.
Katy Perry, I want to say.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I think I didn't know that song where she yes, Rooster, Katy Perry. Yeah.
Perfect.
She did a song in Simlish. So, I mean, maybe I could figure it out.
You'd probably be fine. You'd probably be fine. Well, all right. That'll do it for this section of chat questions. The next section of questions is about like your Twitch background, and we only have a couple of questions. What I think 3. But this one will go by pretty quickly. So don't blink, anyone. Yeah, I say that now, but we could just.
You don't know all that's like.
That's true.
All that's back there.
we don't know anything yet. So I guess the first question would be who was the first streamer that you watched? And I would like to make this a 2-part question and say, who was the first streamer, the first stream that you actually like went into and watched on Twitch? And the second part of the question would be, who was the first streamer that you actually stayed in their channel because you liked it, because you were a fan of theirs?
So the first stream I watched was actually the way that I found Twitch. You know who Felicia Day is? Do you?
That name's very familiar. It's familiar.
Okay. So I followed Felicia Day on Facebook, and one day she'd posted about Twitch, like she was going to start streaming on Twitch. And I was like, I don't know what Twitch is. So I watched her stream and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So she is literally how I found Twitch and the very first stream that I ever watched.
Oh, well, that's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. She actually directed the guild. She was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
What? Who was she in Buffy the Vampire? What?
She was one of the what are they called? Not
vampires
the slayers themselves, but the ones that were potentials. As the later seasons progressed, she was
okay.
She was in a couple other things. Dr. Horrible Sing-Along blog.
I never watched that, but I did have several people that did watch it.
You need to watch that. Yeah, she's just really awesome. Very influential in video games, especially like among female gamers. And then the first stream I actually like sought out after that, I was actually trying to learn more about this wonderful game, Don't Starve. I hadn't bought it yet. I was thinking about it. I looked at Steam. I was like, I kind of like the aesthetic of it. So I was going to find streamers who were playing it. I happened upon Dizzy Disaster. Back then, he was playing it pretty much like every single day.
Okay.
And really enjoyed like how he presented the gameplay, and how like you could basically learn from him. And I had not experienced that yet on Twitch. So that was like kind of eye-opening to me. Like I thought I was just going to like watch somebody do kind of like a playthrough, but like the interaction, being able to ask questions, seeing like that immediate like impact of him doing what you asked him to do, basically in the game to see what happens. So that was really cool, and kind of made me like cemented in me that Twitch was just really amazing.
Perfect. So. Well, all right. Well, awesome. So the first streamer, so the way that you found your way to the Twitch website was Felicia Day.
Yes.
And then Dizzy Disaster was someone that you found and just sort of like stuck around for, and just really enjoyed the content that was being produced there. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, and we'll get into obviously streaming background and stuff like that later. And I can't remember what this next question actually is. Which streamers influence you the most?
So all of these questions, I feel kind of like flow into the third section.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think a lot of people have that too, where like they didn't know about Twitch, then they discovered Twitch, then they are influenced by like some really amazing streamers on Twitch, and then make that plunge to like go ahead and stream themselves. And it was actually through Dizzy Disaster. So he was playing Don't Starve together, and he had actually found a couple other streamers who were playing Don't Starve, because he would go raid smaller streams all the time.
Oh, perfect.
People, who were just starting out and playing that same game, give them a nice boost in numbers, kind of like do the nice community, get to know people. And there were a couple of the streams that he had gone into. So like the Hunter Wild was a big one. Not Jen. Unicorn Hole. She's awesome. Mm-hmm. And they actually, after that, they had formed the my dog. He's getting more water. This is what I deal with all day. So they had actually created the Fallout Zone, which eventually I was part of. I've been streaming for like 3 years, so I have like super long Twitch history.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
So originally I was a member of the Fallout Zone, and I was one of definitely the smaller streamers in that, or the newer streamers, as it were. But a lot of the other streamers in that group were ones that I already watched and already like looked up to, and like just enjoyed how they created community. Yeah. I guess. And that has, I think, stuck with me the most as far as like progressing through Twitch is the real sense of community that a lot of these streamers are able to have with their chat and just with the other members of the group themselves. So they were very influential.
Well, that's really awesome. Your first stream team, I would guess.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, I didn't actually know that you had been streaming for that long. I knew you'd been doing it for a bit longer than me.
Well, I've been streaming off and on. Like it hasn't been a consistent thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like I've taken like months at a time off.
Right.
Or I wouldn't stream very much at all. Like I'd stream like 1 day a week or something.
Yeah.
Not really consistent. So
okay. So you've been off and on ish for the past 3 years. You have been streaming quite a bit since I've known you. Are you, well, we can sort of get into this in the next section. But I guess I just want to go ahead and ask, like, are you, I don't want to say putting forth effort, because then it sounds like you were lazy, but like,
I wasn't before.
Yeah, right. Like, are you trying to, I guess, like stream more consistently now? Is it more of a priority now, or like what?
So yes, but that is definitely getting into what I was going to talk about in the other question.
Perfect. Then we will completely ignore that and move on.
Yeah. Do you want me to move on to the types of streams I watch now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We will. What types of streams do you watch on any given week?
So it really hasn't changed, but the type of streams that I watch are either the game that I'm obsessed with currently. Mm-hmm. So right now I seek out 7 Days to Die streams like all the time.
Right.
And then also the streams that I consider part of my community, and whether that be like fellow guild heroes who have like their amazing streams in their communities, or some communities that I've just made from getting to know people from being on Twitch for so long.
Yeah, definitely.
I tend to watch their streams a lot. And I usually watch chill streams. Like I'm not one for like sudden loud noises.
Right.
Because half the time I'm actually at work when I'm listening to streams. So I'm trying to just like have that nice background noise. And
absolutely.
Like, skim a little bit of information about the game, but more just having that like background noise and showing support for somebody.
Absolutely.
Like I tend to go for those chill, no sudden screaming. Yeah,
the relaxed, like, you know, the laid back streamers, as it were. Yes. Okay, cool. Well, that wraps up the Twitch background. We'll get into the stream background in just a few minutes, but we do want to open it back up, if I can get my overlay correct. Back up to you, chat. Do you have any questions? Oh, that command is way too long. Yeah, do you ASMR streams? Oh no. But yeah, any other questions, maybe pertaining to what we just talked about, or something that you remembered? I think Moiku actually had a question way back when. We'll go ahead and do that one. What was the first channel you subbed to?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was Dizzy Disaster.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure it was either him or the Hunter Wild, but I think they were like very close together.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Passive Shift says, what did you learn from other streamers, and did you apply that to your own streams?
Yes, I learned a lot from other streamers, and not so much like asking them, but kind of like observing the way
absolutely,
that they would play a game or interact with chat, or like the types of conversations that they got into. I feel like a lot of what I do now, which is try to like play the game, but also like keep a constant focus on chat, and see what like they're talking about, what they're interested in.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That is something that if I hadn't watched streams, if I didn't know what was going on, and if I just decided to stream one day myself, I wouldn't have like really been as aware of. And then the Twitch etiquette thing too, like there's so much that you can just pick up from like hanging out in like a streamer's chat who's been around for a while.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The way to deal with trolls and the way to like greet people when they come in. If somebody, like, I didn't know what a raid was until the first time I saw somebody do it, like because I was in another chat.
Yeah, and definitely.
So, yeah, it was just stuff like little things like that where you pick up the Twitch culture.
Yeah, the nuances of streaming and having people, you know, talk to you without a face.
Yes, that is the perfect word for it.
Yeah, perfect. And that's something I think every streamer either should or already does. I mean, watch other people and sort of pick up that hidden language that you apply to your own stream, or, you know.
Yeah, unless you already have like a super like heavy YouTube following. I feel like on Twitch you have to like actually be watching other people's streams and
absolutely
like, be part of the community. Otherwise, like, you don't know what's going on and you're not able to translate that into your own streams.
Exactly. So. Out of the loop, so to speak. Okay, we got a couple of more questions. Rooster Goblin, if you could have dinner with any streamer, who would it be? I'm assuming he means that in not like a dating sense, but just like a friend's dinner.
Mm-hmm. Can I say Felicia Day? Because that would be amazing. She's technically a streamer.
I mean, hey, she's done a stream before. She's done so many streams. I actually bought a couple games because of her streams. Legend of Grimrock, which I love that game. But I didn't even know about the game until I saw her stream it. It's like a dungeon crawler. It's pretty fun. I feel like I've heard someone either talk about it or watched someone play a little bit of it. I can't exactly place the name to a specific memory, but I have heard that before. Yeah, so Felicia Day. AJ, we covered all of this. Favorite streamer and creepy game. We covered that in the first like 45 minutes of the stream. So if you want the answers to those questions, feel free to go back and watch the VOD. If you went back to probably around 20 minutes, you would find all the answers you need. Rummingtons asks, did you start talking in chats right away, or did it take you a while of lurking? It took me a while of lurking. Like Felicia Day's chat, I didn't even talk in. Like now I'm like throw like an emote up still. Just not that her chat is like out of control, like running, but like I know she's more there to entertain than to interact. Right. And so I know she's coming from that perspective. So like I'm not gonna bother. Right. Unless there's something that I'm like, yay, like then I'll throw up a yay chat. But for the other ones, I kind of and I notice I do this in real life too. I'll like observe first and kind of like get a feel for the room itself or the chat itself and like what type of like
personality they are, because chat takes on a personality.
Oh, absolutely, it does. Absolutely.
And then so like I lurk and see what that is, and then if I feel like I either can contribute to it or I really want to ask something of the streamer, then I'll talk up. But yeah, for the most part, watching first, and then like I'm a big lurker.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Did I miss a question? No. Moiku asks, what's your longest resub to date?
This question I'm sad about, actually.
Oh no.
So sad. I had a stream that I was over the year mark with. I ended up like taking a break from streams and like not resubbing, and yeah, it's a year probably. I'm sad though.
Oh no. Oh no. Wow. Yeah. Thanks, Moiku.
Yeah.
Bringing.
Moiku. Oh my gosh.
Bringing that energy into here, making it all weird. Ugh. All right. Moving right along. HA. I don't understand that. Who is the person who has been the longest in your chat, which you can remember, from Passive Shift?
Artemisian is actually, and he's right under Passive Shift. He's been in my chat a long time. Though I think I want to say Mr. Lit found my channel like maybe a week or two after I started streaming. And like we're still like I would say we're friends now. So it's not like a viewer streamer thing. He actually streams himself. But as far as like, he's probably the one that's been there longest. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Actually, yeah, Tyler Scott has told me a little bit about Mr. Lit. Yeah, he at work, he and I yeah, we would talk about Mr. Lit and your channel. We talk about a lot of the channels that we watch. But well, that's cool. That you have you can remember that. I sometimes have trouble placing names if they haven't been there for a while, or
like I've been streaming for so long and I've taken so many breaks. I'm actually surprised some of the people who found me when I first started are still like hanging out in chat and like interacting, and like,
oh, that's awesome.
It amazes me, and I'm grateful. Like
definitely. So Artemisian asks, did you start streaming with the goal of entertaining or interacting?
I suppose interacting, but I feel like it's kind of the same thing. Like, because I definitely want people who watch to be entertained. But my goal, which I think we're gonna get into, my goal was more to like share experiences in gaming with people. So interaction, I guess. That's what I'll go with.
All right, perfect. Yeah, Moiku made you sad. It's all Moiku's fault. Joker Girl asks, carrot or banana bread?
Ooh. Probably banana bread.
Banana bread in both
banana.
Like room temperature and heated up sort of sense, or
yeah, I'd have to say, like, I love bananas. Banana bread is really good. So, and they're good for you. Nice potassium.
Absolutely. Okay, questions matter. And let's see.
Oh my gosh, that would be so cool, Tyler Scott. Sorry.
Yeah.
Until we all play 7 Days to Die.
That will happen once I get more acquainted with the game. 100%. Going to be playing that a lot. Okay, that seems like we are done with chat questions for now. There will be one more section at the end of the interview as we're approaching our final section, which is the longest section. Streaming background. So right off the bat, let's go ahead and get into what made you decide to start streaming. And I think we talked about this a little bit earlier, but could you go into a little like more detail or whatever?
Yeah. So I kind of have a little story about what, like, I think I remember exactly when I decided that I was going to stream.
Oh, wow. That's so awesome. Please tell us.
So, I was playing Don't Starve Together. The Hunter Wild was streaming and I was on his server. And there was like I think we needed to get gears or something. And nobody could find them. And I went to this one area, and there's always like a bee biome that's like those killer bees and stuff.
Right.
And it's always like on the other side, there's usually something pretty cool. So like I went through the killer bee biome, I got some gears, I went back, and I was like, yay! Oh, like nobody cares, because like, but that's something that I wish I could have shared with people. Like,
yeah, like, definitely.
Like just a moment of like you're in the game and you do something that like you didn't think you could do, or like just you want to be able to share that experience. And I was like, you know what, if I streamed, I could totally share that experience with people. Yeah, that's when I was like, all right, I think I'm gonna stream.
So okay, you had an instance in a video game where you were like, if people had been watching that, they would have thought that was so cool. So I'm gonna start.
Now I feel like a den full of myself. I'm like, I am so good at this game. People need to see this.
People need to see this genius. That's awesome. That's really cool though, that you had that like one defining moment that was like, you know what, I'm gonna put the time into this to do this. Oh, that's really cool. That's a really good answer. So moving on. We may already know, what was the first game you streamed?
You want to guess?
I kind of do want to take a guess. I want to say that it was Don't Starve Together.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, moving right. I mean, do you have anything else you want to say about Don't Starve Together, or like
just that was like pretty much the game that I really got into Twitch with, and so it kind of like it felt right to play that game first.
Yeah, it made sense. Perfect.
Yeah, and I was at that point where I was so comfortable with the game that I was able to read chat and still like function in the game.
Oh, that's super important.
Yeah, which I felt like was probably going to be the biggest hurdle for me, was trying to like make sure that I was paying attention to everything that I needed to pay attention to, because streaming, as you know, is like a lot of multitasking. And so like anybody who wants to be a streamer out there, just make sure you're playing games that like you are capable of like multitasking with. So,
absolutely. If it takes
game for everybody.
Yeah, if it takes 100% of your focus to play a video game, it might not be best to start out streaming that video game. The wise words of AubreyAngst. Write them down, folks. Write them down.
Log that one.
Yeah, log that one away in the old sketchbook or sketchbook. No, notebook. Something.
A tablet. No.
I
don't. When you say tablet, it's like, are you talking about the stone tablets? Like you're etching it in?
Oh yeah. Are you like hammering in like don't mess up, because you
gotta get another rock, start over.
Old typos,
Oh god. Worst.
All right, well, cool. So Don't Starve Together was sort of like your definitive like game in Twitch at that time, about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, perfect.
My current obsession at that time. Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, that I think that goes back to what you said about the phases that you tend to go through with games of so you were like heavy into that phase and you started streaming from that.
Yeah.
And that's really awesome. So the next question, what game or games or whatever brought you out of your comfort zone?
Well, I would say Five Nights at Freddy's, but like it not only pulled me out of my comfort zone, it like kicked me across the football field. So, I'm gonna have to go with 7 Days to Die, just because it has that shooter aspect. I'm like, I am well aware that I'm not good at aiming. I've gotten better. I've gotten a lot better. But it's one that like I feel like I originally didn't want to try it. I gave it a shot, and like I'm now like loving the game so much.
Absolutely.
Whereas a lot of the other games that like they pulled me out of my comfort zone, like Alice, I love that game. I'm not good at platformers though. I'm so bad at platformers.
Oh, really?
So that game took me so long to beat, but I love like the aesthetics of it. I love like the feel of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so while it took me out of my comfort zone, it also like didn't put me into a comfort zone.
Right.
Whereas I think 7 Days kind of did. So I'm gonna put that one on the list.
All right. Well, perfect. So, Five Nights at Freddy's like took you out of your comfort zone and put you into a whole different zone that was not good. Yeah, but like, so 7 Days to Die with like the FPS aspect to it, and then Alice with the platforming aspect, which I've never played Alice. But
it's a really good game. I would recommend it, even if you don't play platformers.
I love platformers.
If you like that sort of aesthetic, it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
It's very dark.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So I believe the next question is sort of tied into one of the requirements of actually being a guild hero and applying is you have to be affiliated. We asked that, you have you meet the minimum requirements, and we raise them up just a little bit. So how did it feel when you looked at your inbox and you saw the text, or not, I'm sorry, not the text, the email from Twitch saying, hey, you're invited to become an affiliate? Like, how was it accomplishment? Was it sort of like, whatever. Okay, cool. Cause I know a lot of people had mixed reactions on it. So I'd like to get your opinion.
Yeah. So, like I said, I've been streaming a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I was part of the batch of people that they first sent the affiliate applications out to, and I didn't accept it. I actually didn't even accept it until just this last December.
Oh, wow.
So I basically sat on the affiliate status for a long time.
Like 7 months or so.
Yeah.
From what, April of 2016 or something? 17?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact date. But I know during that time, I wasn't streaming regularly. I didn't really have a schedule.
Right.
Well, I mean, I had a schedule, but like I wasn't really like sticking to it. I liked that I wasn't sticking to it, and I kind of felt that if I became an affiliate and people started subbing to me and started like doing donations and bits, which I wasn't accepting donations or anything. I felt like I had to then stick with my schedule, make sure I streamed, like it would become a responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't really want that. I want to be able to like stream on Twitch, have fun, meet people, like play games. But I want to be able to not feel bad about it.
Exactly. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't take it until I was like, more recently, I was like, okay, I really like streaming. I'm going to actually do it. And so then I decided to take it. Which it's funny because like you just go back to the email that you got like so long ago and like hit accept, and it's like, oh, here.
Yeah, and here's the onboarding. There you go.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that was easy. Like, I thought I was gonna have to like re-email them and be like, hey, can you resend that?
Well, okay, so it was more of a not, I don't want to say negative response, but more of just like an indifferent, like, you know what, I don't want this because
I
like,
wouldn't even call it a negative response. I was a little overwhelmed by the aspect of like, and then everybody was talking about it, and like,
oh yeah, it was a huge thing.
Like, first affiliate, come sub, and like I was just like, and everybody that I knew who streamed was like, did you get the application, or like did they offer it to you? And like I had to explain so many times, yeah, I have it, but no, I'm not taking it. Like I was like, seriously. So it became an ordeal.
Yeah, I'm sure that didn't really yeah, it made it through. Here we are. you know, what, 5 months, 6 months later?
Yeah, I think I'm just almost at 6 months. I think I just had some 6-month resubs. So yeah.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations on those.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, that's really that's really like I was really excited about this question in particular for you, because when I found out you'd been streaming for so long, and like I've been able to talk to very many like long-term Twitch streamers about the affiliation. So that's really cool. That's really cool that you were like, you know what, I don't need this right now. I don't, you know, I just want to have fun on Twitch. I don't need the added like responsibility of like I guess feeling responsible for their entertainment then, as they're paying you money to support you.
Like having content, and like I was like, I don't feel like my content is like there.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to like accept anything for it at the time. So,
well, I think all of us here know that your content is definitely worth it.
I still don't know sometimes, but like I enjoy what I'm doing, so I'm not gonna question it.
Well, perfect. Well, that is the second to last question. So the last question, what are your goals, long-term, short-term, for your channel? Oh, I just realized that says for you channel. Ugh. Oh God. I'll just ignore it. Let's go.
So my main goal is to try to stick to my stream schedule. And like I'm the one who sets it, so like I really shouldn't have a problem doing it. So, and if I do have a problem, I'll change it. Like like when I started doing some writing stuff, and I needed to go down to shorter streams right after work, I switched my schedule. It actually turned out really well though, and I might try to keep doing the power hours, because it's a nice like workout to do Just Dance for like an hour right after.
Oh yeah, perfect.
And I have the whole evening to like do other things. So trying to make sure that I keep a balance, I guess, is my goal. And I know that's not like a stream goal, but it's kind of like that's my goal with streaming. Because I work full time, like I have stuff that I have to do outside of Twitch.
Of course, yeah.
And so I want to make sure that I am available to like stream and like have quality content and be like in a good mood and like entertain, as it were.
Absolutely.
But I also want to make sure that I'm like taking care of me, which I'm so grateful that Just Dance allows me to like do that and like work out and stream at the same time.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah, that's like you found the trifecta right there of like, because all I do is I sit in my computer chair and I play video games. Like that's it. So like you're like up and moving around and dancing and everyone's having a great time, and you have the chat interaction there of like requesting songs and, you know, talking about different things. That's a really awesome sort of thing for your channel.
Yeah, so I think my goal is to like continue doing that, continue pretty much doing what I'm doing. I would like to be able to stream more on the weekends, but I don't know. That's going to be more like I'm just going to have to like set a schedule where I'm actually streaming certain times, and then I'll stick with it. But yeah, like just having fun.
Well, I mean, first of all, like good on you for having a schedule of any sort, like some of us other streamers that don't.
You have a schedule, sort of, don't you?
Nope. It's day by day, pretty much.
Okay.
I used to keep a schedule. I can't do it anymore. Work changes too much, but regardless, that is so your goal for right now for the stream is just to be consistent with your scheduling and make sure you can balance your real life with your Twitch life with your all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And I would love to get partnered, but only so that I can have more emotes for people, so that I feel like they have more content.
Yes. Yes, more of a reason. Have like 12 emotes or something instead of the one.
Yeah, instead of one. Yeah. I would love to be able to, but just so that like everybody could have those more emotes to use.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, perfect. Well, that does it for all of our questions, chat. We're going to open it back up to you one more time. Whoops, that looks terrible. We're going to open it up to you guys one more time. Any questions now? Any questions I may have missed? I'm going to go back through. You guys just pop them into chat.
I just saw that you were doing like the actual questions on your screen while you...
Yeah, I had to type them all out and set them up and okay, Mr.
I've
Cookie.
I've had this discussion in chat before.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the people want answers, Aubrey. Is it a sandwich?
I would say it's more of a sub because the bread is connected.
That's yep, you got it. That's into discussion, in my opinion. That's
But would you call a sub a sandwich? Because people call them sub sandwiches. So if you think that, then yes, it's a sandwich. But debatable.
Okay, here's the other thing. If you take like the 12-inch sub bread, you cut it down the middle and everything, you keep it connected, and you put a giant sausage into it. Is that a hot dog or is it a sub sandwich?
Yeah, is it the bread that makes it the type of bread?
I don't think it's maybe. I don't know. I think many scholars and many individuals with greater intellects than I have probably pondered this for centuries since the sub sandwich was invented. I just saw Rooster Goblin. If you could do a Just Dance with any celebrity other than Felicia Day.
Why do you have to say other than Felicia Day?
Who would it be? Felicia Day's busy that day. She can't do it.
Just that day she's busy. Okay. Celebrity. I'm drawing a blank on her name. Why am I not thinking of her name? She was Faith on Buffy.
Eliza Dushku.
Yes, Eliza Dushku. So she was also in Bring It On, and she's such a good dancer. Like, I think I would have to pick her.
I have never seen those movies. Alicia Dushku. And no, I've never seen the movies.
Yeah. That's
okay, cool. I really enjoyed her performance in Buffy, and I think I've seen her in like a movie or two. I can't remember.
Yeah, she's been in a few things. She's awesome. Like, she's one of the people I follow on Twitter. Which is why I'm like kicking myself that I couldn't remember her name.
Oh, this is a great one that could very well end this interview right here. Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Sony bits, why you do this? I love pineapple on pizza. Yeah, I know.
So everyone, this has been the Guild Heroes interview with AubreyAngst. We're gonna go ahead.
Have you had grilled pineapple though? Like,
I have had grilled pineapple. I do not like my pineapple hot.
Oh, okay.
I like my pineapple fresh and cold.
I think that's the difference. I think people who like pineapple hot love it on pizza, and people who like it cold don't. And like, that's fine.
Okay, perfect.
I love grilled pineapple though. Like, there's something about it. Like, I don't know, but
Passive Shifts says, will your next chair be a DX racer as well? And actually, I would like to actually sort of piggyback on that question and ask you if are there any like stream upgrades that you really wish you could do? Like a newer like, I don't know, lighting, the whole room. Yeah, just have a.
I would love to have a stream room, honestly.
Oh my god, that's the dream.
I know, isn't it? So I have this idea. I have clocks that I'm now putting sub names on. So I'm gonna get a different one every month, and I'm gonna have behind me, like whenever I get my room, I'm gonna have clocks on the wall behind me. And that's all I've gotten so far in my head.
I just want to hang stuff up.
Hang stuff on the wall, enough space to do Just Dance, and better lighting probably, and like more fans. I've got like one fan for when I do Just Dance, but I probably need like 3 or 4.
Yeah, get some airflow going in there.
Yeah, I definitely would love a whole stream room though, to like be able to like full on decorate Alice style.
Oh my god, I love it.
What would you do? Like,
what for upgrades?
Well, for your stream room, like.
Oh, for your stream room. Well, I would stick with the green screen, but I think because I really like the green screen. But I would probably because I have a collapsible. I can collapse this down and it goes into a little box and it goes away. I would love to be able to actually set up a whole corner of the room dedicated to green screen so I can do VR streams with green screen.
Ooh, that would be awesome.
And I had the idea after it was sort of joked about on the channel for me doing Just Dance of have like a full room of green screen and like put myself in front of the person that's doing the Just Dance.
When is this? When is this happening?
When is that happening? Oh, Just Dance? Not happening, unfortunately.
Talking about the green screen though made me think of something. I probably should, not that I like plan to, but I should get like a legit green screen.
What do you use now?
I you know those things that you hang your clothes on, like the stands that are like up.
Oh yeah, okay. They're like portable, like closets almost, but yeah.
So I have one of those, and I have just a green piece of cloth hung over it, and I wheel that out every time.
That's hey, I mean that's perfect though. I've seen your stream when you I think I hope was the last time I really saw you use a green screen. Unless 7 days, I can't remember.
Yeah, I use it for 7 days just because I think it's a cleaner look with
absolutely
in the background. So.
But yeah, I've seen it and it doesn't like it looks fantastic. It looks like a normal green screen you'd see on any Twitch channel, I guess, out there. But yeah,
I literally wheel it out. It's like a whole process and I can barely get it through the hallway.
Well, if I can suggest, if you ever get the expendable income to do so, the Elgato green screen that like collapses, it's like a projector screen that collapses down. Fantastic, great material.
Does it go up really high? Because my issue is my desk can raise, and so sometimes I stand.
It can go up to like, it's taller than me, and I'm 6 foot even. So I think it's like 6.5 maybe tall. But yeah, I'd recommend that one. It's fantastic.
Right, I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, it is kind of pricey though because it's an Elgato.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wait. There was somebody I had a question. Prometheus 620. What was your happiest moment streaming? I think that might sort of. What did we do? I don't think we really covered that happiest moment. We did memorable moment and we did scariest moment, but like. What was the happiest moment you had on stream?
Probably when I finished the charity stream that we just recently did.
Oh yeah.
And just seeing everybody come out and like
show some support and
with all the support and like I had so much bling in my hair and like all the balloons and just knowing where that money was going to. I think that is definitely the happiest moment.
Well, that's awesome. That's one of my favorite streams I've ever done was the charity stream. Such a good group, such a good crowd, and a lot of support shown for the cause, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we can call it there. I don't think anyone else had any other questions. I just saw the words strawberries on pizza, and I'm gonna ignore that forever.
That might be okay though if you're making like with goat cheese or something and some strawberries and I just probably look on your face.
Wait. Moiku wants you to check Steam. Check your Steam after
I don't even
this.
have Steam up. I'm such a bad gamer.
I never let Steam run unless I'm actively going to get a game. I'm with you on that one. But this has been another Guild Heroes interview with AubreyAngst. If you would like to check out her channel after hearing all about her past in video games, please go to that link I just put into chat. Drop her a follow. Check her out sometime. She does. She does it all, guys. She does it all. Even with I can't get off the Just Dance streams. I love them. And the 7 Days to Die is always fun, especially when she gets spooked. But thank you so much for
that stream is awesome. Like
that
was so much fun. Your 7 Days to Die stream
Oh, thank you so much.
was a lot of fun.
I was the only reason that game is fun for me to stream is because the community behind that game is amazing. They're so supportive and they're so informative, but they don't overstep their bounds. Like, I don't know, it's a really good group. And the only reason that I showed any interest in playing that was because you were playing it, and I had just started playing like The Forest or something, so I was like, ooh, this looks pretty good. But yeah, AubreyAngst, thank you so much for sitting down with us, taking an hour, absolutely, taking an hour out of your Saturday, hang out and talk about yourself. Yeah, look forward to seeing more of your streams. And
oh, speaking of Just Dance streams, I actually have one tomorrow that I normally don't do Sundays, but I have one tomorrow, and I have a special guest coming. So,
ooh.
Yeah.
Do you have like
tomorrow?
4 o'clock p.m.
Yeah.
Pacific time? Nice. Yep. All right, guys, you heard it. 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Just Dance with AubreyAngst and a special guest. That's really, really cool. Are there any other upcoming streams you'd like to sort of talk about, or was that the main one?
I forgot about that.
No, that is totally fine. That's totally fine. I'm sure that'll be a lot of fun. Absolutely. Prometheus, and everyone. This has been, you got some praise from Tyler Scott in chat. Yeah, this will just about do it. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to take a quick break and say goodbye to Aubrey. But yeah, everyone, thanks for stopping by, and all the great questions. There were some really, really awesome questions. I think I might actually take some of them and add them to the roster for future interviews.
Chat today had amazing questions.
Perfect question. I loved it. But yeah, everyone, have a great one, and we will talk to you later.